What is going on? I'm zmot. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We are going to showcase operations because I feel that operation attacks and operation teams and task forces and all of that fun stuff are the best part about Boom Beach. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do as many operation attacks on all of my accounts. I think that's 5, and they're all different levels, and it's all going to be Zookas, so spoiler alert, there's not going to be tanks or anything like that, but we're just going to walk through and we're going to do different levels of operations. I am going to start an operation. Let's see, this one's doing Pencil Neck. This is going to be the lowest, I believe. If you're wondering why I have 5 accounts, it's just started a separate second account. It's always fun to go back and play a different level, something different, and we're just going to start, I don't even know where Pencil Neck is. We're going to start down here, operation number 5. We're going to start, and then I'm going to load up probably an Everspark. We do have the universal remote, probably that and or brick, and we're just going to go through. I will scout for about 10 seconds, and then we'll just go in. This one looks like we can probably solo this from the right-hand side. It'll be tight, though. With this account, the lower we are, the harder it's going to be, so I'm just going to go like this. Now, this is one of those things that sometimes with Everspark, this is something absolutely ridiculous and silly, but you can actually hack things just to save smoke, just to save shocks. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to walk right into here, and that's going to get us into the blind spot of that rocket launcher. As that hack expires, and then we'll be in a nice little safe hidey hole here, and we're going to get rid of that rocket launcher. And then we're going to come over here nice and wide and see if we can't get in behind those 3 rocket launchers there. We need to stay out of the range of that rocket, but there should be a nice little hidey hole. Now, Everspark is broken now. She doesn't hack what she's supposed to hack. It's a bit frustrating, but at least we're getting these free critters, and you can still plan things fairly well, but it's not as ideal as it once was, for sure. Things are definitely broken, and they have replied on Twitter a couple times saying that it's going to require a patch to fix. I assume that means not a maintenance break, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now, we are going to mark that rocket launcher on the left-hand side. If you don't know what marking is, please do let me know. It's very, very handy. So Zookas are going to take out that far side rocket launcher. Then we're going to stay over here on this side, which is also very, very helpful. And now we just need to make sure that our Zookas get rid of that mortar, ideally. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, you probably, I assume, are saying, well, you should have just flared all the way to core. And I really, really like, with low-level accounts, not doing core hits. Because if in your task force you fail on a core hit, you end up with a difficult core hit for the higher level person that comes after you. So I like to clear the core and set up a free snipe instead, and we still managed to get, it's a little bit ugly, but we got down kill on our first solo. Now we're going to move on to the next account now that that's done. And this was a level 39. Zookas, probably could have got that with a bunch of different troops, but I find that using Zookas for all operation attacks works very, very, very well. And the reason for that is it scales from 0 all the way up to 24 or whatever the highest level operation is. We're going to switch accounts now. In case you care what my statue deal was there, let's show some stats here. So 57% troop damage, not bad. 33% troop health, 36% GBE. Only 2 very, very bad statues there. And we still managed to pull off the solo. I'll be right back. We're going to come back with a different account back in just a second. Okay, we're back. This is the Tom's account, HQ. What are we on here? We're on HQ level 16 on this account. I think the previous one was HQ level 15, I believe. And so let's just do one more operation. These accounts are they're just parked. Like Alpha 9 is just a task force that runs operations like once every 3 weeks, something like that. It's not for anywhere useful, and so that's where these accounts are. They're just parked in random task forces for silly events, much like this. We're going to do upper lip on this one, which is operation level 10. We went from 5 to 10. Maybe we'll do 15 next. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's get this started. Again, you see I have Everspark loaded. I don't really like using brick on these low-level operations typically because, like, I'm not going to be able to solo this. This is a little bit too much. These back rocket launchers, there's just too many things shooting at me. You know what? Let's try, though. This is one of those ones where maybe, just maybe, we could pull off a solo if we barrage this rocket launcher. I can maybe fill in a little spot down here, but I kind of really do doubt it. But let's just try it just for something fun to do. And I'm going to bring, let's just see what level, oh, I have level 2 Critter Swarm. Let's bring Critter Swarm, and maybe, just maybe, I think this is definitely not the easiest. Blue Water is a tough base that often will hurt people's feelings up to Foxtrot and Stronghold and stuff like that. This one would be far better. We could easily solo this base, just walk in behind it, using any one of this would be a fun Grenadier solo actually, but we're not going to do that today because that would be far too much fun. Let's have a look at Crunch here quickly. I'm trying to convince myself Crunch is always a fun one. Look at that, so many rocket launchers. You know what? Let's just do Blue Water. I just want to quickly check to see if this rocket launcher is going to range. You see that line on the shore? You can see the lines on the shore there. Please, I have a video that shows the lines on shore and how to use them. So we are going to be under rocket fire when we get right underneath that rocket launcher. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful. And this flamethrower is going to be a bit of a pain as well. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to mark that flamethrower and hopefully get rid of that mine at the same time, because we're going to be wanting to walk over in that general direction. And then I'm going to flare right down here underneath that rocket launcher and start as wide as I can. The reason why we want to start as wide as we can is because it gives our troops a chance to get as low as they humanly can. Doing the limbo here, probably not going to get low enough, but maybe, just maybe, we can do so. So sometimes you want to drop your troops far away, and sometimes you don't. So now we're going to walk right to here using an extra flare, just because I probably should have cleared a couple mines, but we're going to be a little bit lazy at the same time. And then we're going to walk right to there. Hopefully keeping all of our troops, because we do not have troop health, and getting into there is going to be a little bit difficult. Okay, so now we're in good shape. Now all we really need to do is just not lose too many troops when the smoke clears. Going to shock the things that would do a lot of damage to a lot of troops as soon as those smokes clear. Now I think we're in good shape. I just need to get all sorts of critters out. Hopefully clear as many of these buildings that are all around us as possible. And now I'm going to use some gunboat energy on this rocket launcher over here, hoping to get rid of it before our troops get too close. But low-level artillery, low-level barrage, definitely going to pose a problem. So we're going to find out here very soon if we can get rid of that rocket launcher. And if we can, maybe we didn't quite get rid of it. See, there's the problem right there. Now we're just going to get eaten up by boom cannons and probably fail this attack. We are one building away from having, see that? We are 3 GBE away from that rocket launcher being gone. But at this point, that rocket launcher doesn't even matter. So we had a little free snipe area there, and these boom cannons just didn't quite go away. I'm not sure if using Everspark's ability there was the right idea or not, but we came so close. Just not quite enough. And we're probably going to be able to get down this flamethrower, get down at least one of these shield gens, but that's going to be a failure. If anyone else in this task force happens to attack, it's obviously an easy finish now that that's set up. There's lots of different ways to solo Blue Water, but that's about the only way I had any chance whatsoever, and Critter Swarm just let me down, and just not enough GBE, not enough anything really for that matter. So let's have a look. We are now 1 for 2 on the solos, 86% GBE there, using 4 statues there, unboosted of course. Now we're going to switch. I'll be back in just 1 second onto account number 3. And this is the account that you guys are most familiar with. This is the TMOS account. This is actually running in an active task force. This task force is called Junior 9, 24 of 25. There is a spot for 1 player there. This account is doing Stronghold. This task force is doing Stronghold. By the way, check the description below. I'm going to try to get my task force list cleaned up. I've kind of botched that a little bit. Let's have a look at Waterloo. I am very, very bad at Waterloo. And there's the cluster in there for that fancy walk is not there, so we're going to skip on Waterloo. Let's have a look at Black River. Black River is basically blue water, but slightly different. So we could potentially get some stuff on the right, or we could just do a core hit with 1, 2... You know what? I totally forgot. The tribes have changed, I believe. So none of these tribes are going to help me on this operation attack whatsoever. Now these operation attacks are going to be either boosted or unboosted depending on the rules of the task force. This task force has a rule where you do not have to boost. It is optional, so I'm going to have a quick look, see if I need to boost. If there's something I can boost for, we'll do so. Otherwise, we'll try to get a nice solo without doing so. Waterloo, that walk. Circuit board, this looks like that's an easy cleanup. They can just burn through the rest of that shield. Is there actually? Yeah, burn through the rest of that shield. Shock those rocket launchers, not a huge deal. So kind of like a free snipe, but with 1 shock there. So let's have a look at what the notes have to say. Now, I love these notes were written. Let's see here. Core hit from 7. Okay, they're going to go right from where that mine is, I'm guessing. Shock flamethrower at 6. Rocket launchers at 7, 8. And rocket launchers at 1. What about this one? That's... So 1 shock, 2 shocks, 3 shocks, 4 shocks, I think that means? And this rocket launcher is going to be... All of this stuff's going to be busy, busy, busy. So if I was to go... if I was to go right in about here, I'd have 1 shock, 2 shocks, 3 shocks, 4 shocks. You know what? I don't think we need to boost for this. I think we can get in there and get a hit on core without the need for anything, but we're going to boost a little bit. We'll do our gunboat energy just to make sure we don't run out of gunboat energy, and we'll do a couple of the damage statues just so that I don't have an excuse of why the heck I failed, besides lack of ability. We're going to get rid of you, Mr. Boom Mine. We're going to get rid of this mine up in here just to be on the safe side. Now on these ones, I like to drop with 2 smokes like this, and then we're going to drop all our troops in here. Should be able to keep the delay, but of course I always say the word delay and then screw it up. And I like to back flare. I know that's totally, totally unnecessary, but I kind of like to move them back just to get them walking exactly where I want them to be. Now we did lose the delay on at least one of those rocket launchers, but I think we should be pretty golden as far as the ability to attack. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I totally, totally botched that. And we're going to get absolutely destroyed by all of those rocket launchers. I had a plan for 4 shocks, and then somehow, I think that's why, I was way too far right. I had to shock this machine gun right there. I just totally botched it. So we are now 1 for 3 on operation attacks. I would say that second one was an acceptable attack. This one was just not super good. So I'll be right back. We're going to move on to a high level account and then hopefully finish this off with a slightly better attack or 2. Back in a sec. Okay, so now this account, basically what I do is I move my accounts between task forces. This account is in a no-boost task force because I have run out of powder, essentially. And then I move my other account in, and I use it and boost it like crazy as I build up powder on this one. So just back and forth, back and forth. That's the reason why I like having 2 max level accounts. Let's just have a look. This account is in running choke point. Let's just check the task force. This is in Delta 9 mid-level, boost completely optional. Actually, boosts are actually banned in this task force unless you get leadership approval first, just to make sure everyone gets to attack. Nice and casual, highly, highly recommended. This Alamo, 179 is a very, very low number. Let's just have a look here. So we could potentially say hack that, then come in and get rid of these rockets. Would be fun. No rockets behind core is very, very nice. You know what? Let's just do that. Just to try to set this up. We'll just see if, there's no... ribbon cable is probably going to be an easy solo. Let's have a look. That's a fairly reasonable solo. We can just bark those and come in here. Not a big deal there. Quantum, let's have a look. Quantum is a 1, 2, 3, 5 shock, something like that. Anyways, let's just do Alamo, because I'd like to show I really do like setting up bases, and Alamo is a great setup that we're about to do here, so let's just do that. Now, when I said Everspark is broken, Everspark is not 100% completely broken. She still does what she's supposed to do. She just needs a little bit more urging than before. Probably should have used only one smoke there, but not the end of the world. And now, what I need to do here is I really should have checked the level of all of these mines, but of course I forgot to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to mark this rocket launcher in here. Now, the other issue here is that I just realized that I did not check the rest of the tribes on my max level account here. So really should have checked the rest of the tribes. I don't think there's anything. I think it's like tank speed, I believe it is. But nonetheless, really would have been a good idea to check it out, because I am used to having the GBE, the extra GBE, and not having that extra GBE is going to be painful. Oh, need to get a medkit out right about there for sure. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad time with that mine. Let's go into here. Boom and boom. Whew, this is going to be touch and go for certain. So we're going to throw some critters over in there. We're going to shock right about there and right about there. As well shock down here too, just to get rid of all of that stuff. Now, if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing as far as anything for that matters, I don't know. The whole point here is to get rid of all of these rockets, get rid of a couple of those rocket launchers, and then just clear as best as we can. I probably, you know what, let's flare this. In just the hopes of getting rid of that mortar, because that way someone can just walk up and take out those top shield gens. I kind of doubt it's going to happen, but my theory was if we kept walking, we could maybe dodge underneath a couple of those mortars. But overall, not bad. We managed to clear up all sorts of stuff here, and the next person can probably finish Alamo. Maybe I would give that attack like a... You know what? You guys should rate the attacks. In the comments, say which attack is your favorite and which attack was terrible, and even give me a rating out of 1 to 10 if you so desire. You can call them based on... You know what? That'd be easiest. If you say Alamo, 2 out of 10, or whatever. If you say third attack, 2 out of 10, I'm going to totally forget which order I did the attacks, and then have to go back and watch the videos. And no one wants to watch their own videos. I hate the sound of my voice. Just one of those things. I don't think anyone likes the sound of their own voice. But the fact there's a damage amplifier here helps a little bit. We'll save a bit of range for that nice clear style over in here. Last account coming up. Again, please do let me know what you think about this format. If you'd like to see it again, this is what I do. I go through all my operation attacks once a day, ideally. Sometimes that doesn't work out, but we'll be right back. I'm going to switch to my last attack. We're going to do massive attack in the 25-member task force. Good times. Be right back. BRB. Okay, and this is like I was saying, this is the account. This is my main account, first ever account I ever made, and this is I have 106 powder and thousands and thousands of shards. The shard converter, not what any of us had hoped for. It's a step up. I mean, it saves me some diamonds, saves me some time, but it's just not quite what anyone was hoping for, I think. Let's have a quick look at massive attack, see what's here, see how hard this base is. I would prefer not to do the red line open. Oh, Martyr. Who's hitting here? Marion. I don't know the name Marion off the top of my head. Coming in for Rogue. Looks like a fairly reasonable... This actually is one of those rogues that could maybe be soloed. I can't see the size of the shield. Probably not, but... they're going left. This is very confusing. Maybe because they want to get rid of that laser. But I would have thought they would have, I guess maybe... Houdini hacking doesn't really work for this rocket launcher. They can get back in that back corner. I don't know. This person, I don't know. Let's just check our chat. I'm a bit lost as far as what that attacks. I'll have to come back to that later on. I'm curious to see what comes of it. But this red line, I can get redline like 1 out of 10 times, but I'm not going to do it live with all these extra rocket launchers here, that's for sure. Doing things live, I tend to do alright, but not as good as I would normally. This, wow, that's grapplers in a terrible spot. These mortars are in a terrible spot. That's going to make things a little bit more difficult on Fang for sure. Now, typically I like taking on the difficult Fangs, but let's see what else we have available to us. Let's have a look at Boomtown. Boomtown, nice open. The problem is I don't know this Boomtown walk, and I want to do it, but I'd have to look it up on YouTube to do it, and that would be a bit of a difficulty. Let's have a look here. This isn't Minotaur, someone is saying, so I'm kind of tempted to do this one. I feel like I could probably free snipe all of this stuff and then clear from behind the core, which would be very, very fun. Laser makes things a little bit interesting and difficult. Yeah, I'm really tempted to try that. I'm kind of tempted to use... Not sure which hero would even be best in this case, to be honest. Let's have a look. So not a ton of options. And the reason why I haven't even looked at Titanic yet is because I am awful at Titanic. Titanic is like my kryptonite. It's just, it and I are arch nemesises, and I don't go anywhere near that intentionally. So I guess that leaves Rogue, which Marion's already doing, but I do have a bunch of troop damage. As you can see here, I have 5 troop damage statues. Let's just check the rest of those tribal weight. Tank speed, rifleman life leech. That is going to be epic. Oh, critters spawn. Let's get that for sure. Now, critters spawn. I wonder if that affects Everspark or not. It doesn't say that's launched from the gunboat. Never mind. There's the text right there. Launched from the gunboat. So, probably could have used that one on a couple attacks already. Otherwise, rocket launcher damage, not a bad one. Not a bad one. I clearly need to get some raw crystals, though. What the heck? Why do I have no raw crystals? So we're going to skip that, but these two for Mega Crab are going to be just epically awesome. Let's see, let's check in. Oh, Keone's going for Centaur. Let's see what happened with Rogue here. I'm very, very curious to see what ended up happening. Okay, so they went left, and the thinking was they would get rid of the laser. I guess the laser probably ranged that back corner more than I thought it did. So I guess what I could do is I could just go up into that back right corner and clear. That mortar's not going to be a problem. Let's do that. We're going to get back up into that back corner and give it a shot. What the heck? Let's do Rogue. So I'm glad to see that person, Marion, and I don't know how long Marion's been in the task force for. I feel like I should probably know that. Let's check out how much intel do you have? Marion, you have 0 intel. Okay, so probably maybe a hopper. So that makes me feel a little bit better. Whenever I see someone with 0 intel, that means they're probably a hopper or they just hop in and out. And so Marion, if you're part of the task force, I hugely apologize and I feel like an idiot. But if you're a hopper, thanks for coming in and hopping with us. Love to have your contributions. If you're wondering why I'm upgrading explosive charge over here, I got sick and tired of having 434 of the hero tokens. So now that we've finally got to that, by the way, hopefully that isn't super annoying. By all means, leave a comment, tell me to quit yammering, and we'll carry on from there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 1 barrage to clear a whole bunch of these shock mines in here. I'm going to use an artillery there and artillery there, and then I'm going to do the thing that I tell people never ever to do, and that's clear mines with critters, because I want to get all of these mines cleared. And then we're just going to... we don't care about losing delay with machine gun or machine guns, so clearing with critters is not the absolute worst idea there. So now we just got to figure out where we're going to walk to. No free GDE there on the left, unfortunately, so let's just do it. We'll do it live. I'm going to clear the mines first with the critters, just to make sure that I have them all cleared. Come on, critters. Oh, actually got a really nice bounce. You see that bounce? I actually damaged that left machine gun, which is going to be huge, actually. That's going to be very, very beneficial, I think. So that's going to be good. Then we're going to go like this and like this. And now for... I probably should have walked up that left-hand side, but I want to get nice and close to this this rocket launcher on over here. So we're going to go like this and hopefully clear all the mines, and hopefully Marion's not in the task force going, what is this idiot doing? Why did he not walk up here? Because maybe if you guys think I should have gone that way, also, please do let me know. Because I feel like that walk on the left-hand side would have taken the same, if not more, GBE, so I don't know. We'll find out very, very soon and see exactly how that goes. Need to throw a smoke there. We're going to drop Miss Brick a little bit late in the hopes that maybe she can stay alive. Also, getting all of these things. Now, if you know this walk, please, please do let me know exactly where you throw it. I like to throw it right on the second tip of the crown. If you guys have somewhere else you like to throw that flare, please do let me know. But I find that I get pretty good success with that second tip of the crown. It's going to be a little bit short. I think. Actually, no, we actually got a little bit lucky. So now that our I think I flared a little bit too early. I think I'm going to get absolutely wrecked here. I think all of my Zookas are going to get. I think I just lost all of my troops. Yes, I did. I did not wait for the Zookas to get to the flare, and as a result, I'm about to get absolutely roasted. Should be able to clear it on the core, but just not pretty. Not pretty at all. Need to get one more shock out right about there. Hopefully before those machine guns start firing. Didn't quite get it. Need maybe an artillery in there. There we go. So now we got a nice little free snipe in here, but still was not ideal. Did not wait for my Zookas to get to that flare, and as a result, we're going to do some damage, but not nearly enough. At least the next can finish it. Marion's probably yelling at me for not taking this path up the left-hand side. Please do let me know what you think. Should I have walked up the left, or should I have walked up the right? I would have still had to clear a bunch of mines behind the core, but I wouldn't have had to use the artillery there, or the barrage there. I think that was just purely a mistake on my part as far as not waiting quite long enough for the troops to get to that top flare. And then they just hit these mines in here, and epic fail as a result. But it gives us a nice way to end the video. So that was me doing 5 operation attacks on 5 different accounts at 5 different levels. Let me know which level you preferred, which attack you preferred, and which attack was the worst of them all. If you like this format, I'm happy to do it once a week, once a month. I can't do it once a day, that just doesn't work out. The rarity of having all 5 attacks ready to go and the intel in those extra task forces just isn't gonna happen. So anyways, that's it for me. That was my 1 solo and 4 mediocre attacks on operations. So if you're not in a task force, please join a task force. That's all I can say is join a task force. There's free diamonds, there's free social bits, and it's very, very fun. Otherwise, that's it for me. I'm zmot. As always, thanks for coming in. Talk to you soon. Peace!